What is up, everybody? Good morning to you. Good Saturday morning. And here I sit in LARP City, USA. It's another day of live action role playing where my town shuts down Main Street and then acts like there's going to be some festival, but there's never a festival here. And if you look, basically the streets are empty all the way down. The farmers market's already been here, but now they won't serve you unless you wear a LARPer's mask. And there's these LARPing safety stations and these people wearing Survive Then Thrive t-shirts, all live role play action. None of this is real. So what really pisses me off is that, right now, all the kids are back in school, right? This Main Street by noon, 1 o'clock would be thriving anyway. But it's not going to be thriving. It's going to be actually barely surviving. And they're all going to sit here and act like they did something great for the community. No, they haven't done anything great for the community. When I went down to go get my coffee today, there was a line out the door. Not because they were that busy, but because we all have to LARP and wear masks and stand 6 feet away from each other. And I have to watch children that are under 10 years old wearing masks. And it makes me want to throw up. It makes me absolutely disgusted. Then on top of that, you have the stress factor of all these workers at these businesses that are wearing masks for 4, 6, 8, 10 hours a day. You think they're happy about that? You think they like enforcing this Johnny nonsense? Of course they're not. So what happens? Service degrades. I can't even get, I ordered 3 coffees. I couldn't even get them. First of all, I didn't get hot coffees, all right? And then I didn't get sugar in my coffee, even though I asked for it, because you know what? They just want to get you the fuck out of there. They're pissed they're working anyway, but they're pissed they're working even more wearing a LARPer's mask. All right? And as I've kept saying, if we continue with this, they're going to take everything. They're going to devastate every community that they can. Not just in New York, but across the country. Joe Biden openly running on a mask-up platform. Okay, a mask-up platform for 3 months. Again, if Joe Biden were elected, which I can't imagine that if we had a fair election, he would be. But let's say we elect that guy, he wouldn't get in until January earliest, and he won't get in until way after January if we have this mail-in voting fraud, right? It'll be contested and contested and contested and contested. My point is that he wouldn't be able to enforce that until January. In other words, they're just giving up from what? September, October, November, December. They're telling you right now they want your face covered, they want your business closed, and they want you locked down. And then on top of the LARPing mask running tool, he said he would lock it all down nationally. First of all, we did not have a national lockdown. We never had a national lockdown. That was not a thing. There were some states that pushed back and said, you know what, we're not going to play act. South Dakota being the main one. That's why I traveled out there. That's why that was on the list. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting for me to move. Had another conversation with my sister again yesterday, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to leave either Monday or Tuesday and just do it. And unfortunately, I don't know if my family's going to come out with me, or maybe they'll meet me out there, but I can't wait anymore. It can't wait anymore. It's too much, right? When I'm looking around and more than 9 out of 10 people are sitting here wearing a mask it's got to be at least 75 degrees out right now. 75 degrees out easily. They're playing some stupid music, and you just see how bare that side of the street is. How bare that side of the street is. And then how bare this side of the street is. Meanwhile, what would really be happening is you would start getting your traffic through here. People would be pulling over. And I'm not saying all the shops would be full, but they would certainly be doing better business than they are now. But don't worry, everybody will pat themselves on the back. They'll have Survive Then Thrive t-shirts, and we can all act like half of American small businesses owned by black people haven't been totally eviscerated and are now gone and will never come back. We can act that way. We can act like everything is okay, and we should just let Governor Cuomo put his boot on our necks and just keep pressing. We can act that way, okay? We can act like bars can only be open if they put a hot dog in front of you and make you sit at a table, and every time you want to go to the bathroom, you have to put a mask on. We can all act like that. We can act like it's a good thing that buffets will never come back. We can continue to play act. And I can't be one of those people. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's a travesty of justice. I think it's an example of how many lemmings, and I hate even using the term lemming because lemmings don't jump off the cliff. They were actually pushed off in that Disney documentary. But let's just say slaves, feeble-minded, dim-witted, people that praise their oppressors. See, we got a lot of that going on here. We got a lot of that going on here. And can you imagine if they try to make this national? Again, if they try to make it national, it's not going to come from the Trump side. And then this isn't a pro-Trump video. But it will come from the left. And this is all about authoritarianism. What don't they ever want to talk about? They don't ever want to talk about what? You upping your immune system. You using the tools that are already there to fight this thing, right? We already know steroids work. Already know it. We know that we have people within Congress, Louis Gohmert, one of them, who caught this thing. They took hydroxychloroquine, they took Zithromax, they took zinc, they took vitamin C, and they took vitamin D3. Guess what? They're fine. Fine. And, now with all this Johnny nonsense about malinformation, in other words, you can tell people true information, but it has malicious intent. And now we're not allowed to use that. Well, malinformation, what is that? Is that that these 150 trials that they're putting out for Operation Warp Speed, not one of them is to prevent anything? Is that malinformation because it's true and I'm daring to speak out against it? Is it malinformation that 80% of the people that took the Moderna test vaccine all had side effects? Many of them had fevers and chills. Is that malinformation? Is it malinformation that the man promoting all this, Bill Gates, right, is openly talking about the fact that what? This thing is not there to prevent the transference of the virus, and this thing is not there to lower the mortality rate. They don't know that it will do either. At best, you're going to be, after a second shot, developing antibodies for several weeks to several months, which does nothing, which does absolutely nothing. But because that's factual, and I am exposing the malicious intent of somebody who has billions of dollars instead of the malicious intent of, say, a normal person, which, again, all this will be selectively enforced. Perhaps I am harmful content. Perhaps it is time to just boot me off of the internet when, I refuse to act like anyone's being kept safe and that isn't Orwellian and that this is a good thing. It's not. It's a disturbingly bad thing. It's a disgusting thing. It's a dehumanizing thing. It's a transhumanist thing. And it's something that I wish that many of us were pushing back against, but we're obviously not. We're obviously not pushing back. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pennies all over my street. I wouldn't have a bunch of people scared to death to, be human again, to embrace one another, to shake each other's hands. If somebody tries to fist bump me again, guys, that annoys me so much. It annoys me even further, when I'm walking around and I'm seeing packs of 5, 10 people, 18 to 24, completely healthy, really at no risk whatsoever, LARPing and wearing their masks together in the middle of the day. Doesn't make me happy. Doesn't seem to be a good thing. Oh, I better talk, or the CCR. That's the other thing. It's supposed to be a 1960s party, right? Now, this might have actually come out in the 1960s. No one's dressing up like it's the 1960s, like no one dressed up like it was the 1950s yesterday, just like no one dressed up it was the 1940s, just like no one dressed up for the 1930s, just like they don't sync up the music, just like the whole thing is a giant LARP fest to play act and pat each other on the back. I can't take it. I can't take it. So guys, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. I don't know. I might have to leave my town midday. I might just have to go and drive somewhere because I don't think I can be around here today. I will hit the office. I will hit some more videos. That's a promise, guys. Maybe we'll even do an AMA talking about everything and the LARPing and the ridiculousness. But make sure you're thumbing it up, you're subscribing, you're sharing, you're joining the Burmese Brigade. And I'm in Oneonta, New York. That's where the LARP is taking place. And if you can, $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. GoFundMe link is down below. Love you guys. I'll see you soon.